What's up, team? We're going to get into this charting session and solid day. I mean, the trade we took, we got caught in some manipulation. Fortunately, I was able to add on both the levels and I got a pretty good fill and caught a nice piece of it. But I think we were just a little early. Sometimes that happens in trading. Like this, it's really hard to time these things perfectly every time. We knew what was going to happen. I think we just had a little bit early of an entry. So I know some people did get stopped out and then took the second entry. I did call it out on the live, the second entry, but I didn't take it because I was sized up on the first one. And it was a little stressful sitting through that manipulation. So once I was profitable on the day, that was it. I was done, right? So, excuse me. Overall, let's look at the structure. And this is what I was saying, right? So coming into the day, what do we have? We have a big push up, right? Right here. We have this big push up. What do we tap into on the retracement? Discount, right? We come down to discount. Boom. So this is what I'm saying. Like this is why I wanted this long, because it was super clear today. So we came down yesterday at 3:30 p.m., hit discount and that level and just kind of chopped, right? Just kind of chopped around. Then we opened up here at where's our open? Our open's right here. We open up above the level, we come down and retest it, and then continue to trade higher. So what do I see here? I see support, discount range, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and this was the manipulation right here. Still a higher low. And if you actually look at this on the larger time frame, we didn't close below that level. We did not close below that level, right? So it was a clean level hold, just not on the 2 minute. And we know that the 2 minute can manipulate us out. Let's see on the 5 minute. Little bit of manipulation down on the 5 minute, but that's just an overshoot, right? So even if you were to take this 5 minute right there, it would have been nice. But anyways, you see the 15 minute. We're holding bullish structure also. Like look at these 15 minute gaps right here. 15 minute gap, right? What do we got here? We got this 15 minute gap right here. And I had all these drawn out this morning and we did go over this. And all it did, we manipulated down and hit that gap, right? Took this liquidity. So seeing that structure and knowing that we have a high, this high right here, I had this marked out. And what is that? That's our Asia session high. A clear drawn liquidity. We're in a clear buy model. We're creating higher lows. We've respected the bottom level. We're respecting discount area. It's pretty evident and obvious what we should do, how we should execute on this, right? Like I was really just looking for buys to target that liquidity. I said I wouldn't short at all until we got below this level right here. And Trev had a target down here too. So until we cleared both of those, I wasn't looking for shorts. I was looking for the longs. So obviously it's pretty clear what we wanted to do, right? So we'll hop down on the 2 minute. And I did get manipulated out of this. So we'll go over my entries. And I had 3 entries. My first one, my initial one, and then 2 more after that. So my first entry was right here on the 2 minute buy. Boom. Right here, 2 minute buy. Okay. There's my 2 minute buy right there. And then my target was this buy side liquidity. We didn't push. We actually traded down. So then my second entry was on this level right here. Second entry on the second level. My third entry was on the bottom level. So I had an average fill right about there. Right about there. Okay. So my stop was down here, maybe a 40-point stop. I had 20 micros and I was basically risking about $2,000. Now I know my RR is a little off, but I took what I could get once being in the drawdown, right? But my overall stop out on that was invalidation of the level or $2,000, kind of how I was looking at it, right? So I had a pretty good fill. Now I ended up cutting it up here. We ran and I got about 35, 40 points. You guys seen the order execution, right? So I scaled out here and put my stop just a little bit in profit, and I actually got stopped out basically right at profit, right? So I mean, overall, I'm happy with the trade. We can't time everything perfect. We've seen the structure we wanted. We just got caught in the open manipulation. And I thought it was going to run off open. I was watching order flow. I was watching candles print. Even on this candle that that pushed me up and got me nice in profit, orders were coming in. It was showing me that we wanted to go higher. I just got manipulated out, right? But then it's pretty clear what happened, right? We came down. We have this sweep of these lows right there. And then we get our displacement, right? We get our displacement candle right here. So, I mean, I know that was a tough trade for some of you, and you probably got stopped out and probably lost money on it, but gotta understand trading is gonna be like that sometimes. Trading is gonna be like that. You're gonna get in and sometimes get caught in manipulation. The only reason why I'm profitable, I probably would have held through this whole manipulation, to be honest. So I probably would have got this move, but I was able to add on the levels because I was sized so small on my first entry. And lately, my first entries, I've been sizing down because a lot of the times I'll take one loss and then one win. So that's just how my mindset has been lately. I'm going to size down. If I get the move with small size, awesome. It's a winning trade. If I get some manipulation or structure below that I can add in, I'm sized properly to do that, right? So, because I did have some people reach out and message me like, how do I add and why do I add? It's just how I trade sometimes. It's how I trade. I come from options trading. We would build a position. That's how some of my mentors taught me, and that's just all there is to it. I know Trev does it sometimes too, but I added again at the level, then added again at the next level. Had a good fill, got the nice push up, got about 30 to 40 points. I actually took 15 micros off, and I had 5 left. I took another one off, and I had like 4 left at the stop out. So, overall decent trade. I'm happy with it. I would take it over again. I can't control this. We can't control this manipulation. Okay, and the reason why I took it was because structure's telling me to take it. We are in a clear buy model. We trade down. We have what we want to see. Look at, we have a hold of the level and a nice hammer candle. Then we have our buy setup right there, right? So, I mean, I'll take it all over again. If I lose on that, I lose on that. That's all there is to it. That's the way I trade. I trade the same thing every day, and I trade the same setups all the time. I don't care if I lose on them because I know over time I'm going to make money, right? So ultimately, I did call this out too. The next one here, we have this beautiful displacement candle to the upside, right? Boom, right there. Beautiful displacement candle. So there's our solid entry. How do we enter on that? When that candle closes, we take our entry, right? So when this body closes right here and the candle pushes past it, that's our entry. Where's our target? Right here. Now this would have been a banger. I know there was a couple people that did take it. There was some people that took the loss on the first one and then pushed up. And overall, like we just got caught in the manipulation. So I know some people got cooked on that, but that's all there is to it, right? Hopefully you did stop out with small size and then maybe hop into this trade. You don't want to get caught in one bad, and it's not even a bad trade. The trade that I was profitable on it. I think it's a good trade. It was just harder to manage than most because it didn't rip right away. There was a bunch of manipulation in it, right? And that's the way it is sometimes. But hopefully, if anybody did lose on that trade, they kept it small and they were able to take the next trade, because there was lots of opportunity to make that money back today. Lots of opportunity. I didn't trade anymore. I had a $1,200 a day. I'm good with that. That's my own cash money. I'm going to pay myself tonight. I'm cool. But ultimately, I want to just go over the structure, right? Look at the structure that we have. It's pretty clear what we have going on. Clear buy model. And when I say a buy model, this is what I mean, right? This is the sell side of the curve. Okay, this would be the sell side of the curve right here. And this now is the buy side of the curve. Okay, so we have the sell side going down. We have support, and then we have the buy side of the curve. So it's a buy model. So we're looking for our entry models, our buy setups, or our liquidity sweep models to the upside, right? So that was that trade. Now let's just go over the trending buy setups, because there was awesome trending buy setups. So say you missed both those trades and you are familiar and confident with the trending buy setups, there is some great structure here. So on the 1 minute or the 2 minute, but on the 1 minute, what do we have? We have our buy signal off the level, right here. Then we start to trend higher. Okay, we come up, pull back, come up, pull back, come up, pull back, come up, pull back, and continue higher. So what do we know here? Okay, so we know that we have a clear draw on liquidity. That buy side liquidity, that's all I wanted to see taken today. I didn't care about anything else. That was my main goal of the day. So when we have this clear buy side liquidity, we can tell the market's reaching towards, then we just find our entries. Now I took the entry down here, got a little bit of manipulation, caught the move up, right? Ended up being profitable. So say you missed that and you missed this setup here, just go for a trending buy setup. Every single day that the market trends, we have these setups, and the PDFs are in the education section, right? So you have to study this stuff every day, every single day, every single day. That's how you're going to be. That's how you're going to find success in a year or two. Every single day, you look at what setups that you trade and how they're presented. So right here we have a pullback. Okay, there's our pullback. So say you're iffy about that one because it's the first pullback. Then we have a nice push up right there. What do we get? We get a pullback. So when this bar pulls back, it creates a high. There's our high. So that becomes our signal bar, right? This black bar here is our signal bar. So the entry bar is this. When we cross that body high, I'm just going to mark this out actually. So entry bar. Can't spell today. Signal bar. So the entry bar is the pullback candle. The signal bar is the one that, the signal bar is the pullback candle. That signals that there's an entry coming. The entry bar is how we take the trade. So when we cross this high, that triggers our entry. So right here would be your entry. When we cross that high, where's our target? Well, our target's that clear liquidity. So how do we put a stop on this? We stop below the signal bar. So this would be our stop right below the signal bar. So these have great risk to reward. Like this is a 20-point stop for a 36-point trade, right? Like this was a nice trade. So if you guys are having trouble and you're getting manipulated out of trades a lot, or that stuff really stresses you out, I can't push this enough. Just trade trending buy setups. There's a reason why I have that in there and I talk about them all the time because they're super easy to trade. And I know there is some traders in here that stick to two things, and one of them is the trending buy setups. You know, the thing is, when it comes to trading, you can keep doing the same stuff over and over again, but if it's the same wrong stuff, you're never going to get good at it. You have to recognize what your faults are and what's going on and find a model that resonates with you and just stick to it. And I really think that if anybody is having a hard time, this is the easiest way to trade. Like it's the easiest way to trade a market. Just look for levels. Wait till we clear above it. Wait till you see higher lows put in. Wait till you see bullish PD arrays be respected. And then look for your trending buy setups. Like that's pretty well as simple as it can get when it comes to trading. Like I'm being honest. Like there's really not much simpler than that. Bullish PD arrays, high time frame imbalances being respected, levels being cleared, and a trend continuation. You know what I mean? That's it really. So, you know, that's the trending buy setup that we had. Beautiful. Nice. I didn't take it. Obviously, you know, I took my one trade and I was done for the day. So there's our buy model that I took and the trending buy setups. And then right here, we actually have a nice market maker sell model. This is actually beautiful. You know, we don't go over this that much, but let's touch on it right now. So a market maker sell model, what do we want to see? Well, we want to see a high time frame imbalance get traded into. Okay, so now we have this here. And I don't think there was an SMT, but just let me see. Yes, there was. Yep, beautiful. So there's an SMT right here. Little nice SMT on the 15-minute. So you guys see that, right? That candle high wasn't taken on ES, but it was taken on NQ. Okay, so beautiful, beautiful SMT. So let's jump down to the 5-minute. So now we were consolidating here, and I said this is looking pretty heavy. This is looking pretty heavy. So we got our SMT. We're in a high time frame imbalance. So now we're starting to see a market maker sell model. I wish we had a level up here, but we don't. We're respecting a high time frame imbalance. We've taken liquidity, right? External range liquidity has been taken. We have SMT. So what do we want to see now? We want to see a market structure shift or a break of structure, right? So right here, what do we get? We get our break of structure. So notice none of these lows get taken until this candle on the push down. See that big candle? Now we close below all these lows. So that's a market structure shift. That's a break of structure. We should continue higher if we're going to continue bullish, right? But we don't. So then what do we have? We have a first fair value gap presented right here. Nice fair value gap presented. So that triggers our entry. That's it. There's nothing, really not much to this. They're a little bit harder to trade because you have to have a bunch of stuff play out as opposed to like, the levels where we have a break of a level and we know there's liquidity, 80, 70, 80% of the time it hunts that liquidity, right? Or a bounce of a level. But this is it. So there's our entry right here. Boom, we see displacement down. Now you could have rolled this all the way down. This could have been a massive trade. And I wasn't in front of the screens here. Like it happened right when I left the screens, but that's the market maker sell model, okay? So we have a high time frame imbalance, we have external range liquidity taken, we have an SMT, and then we have a break of structure with retracement back to fair value gap. It seems like a lot, but it's really not that much, right? So drop a 1 if you guys understand this model and see how it's printing right now. Okay, awesome. And we do go over this. I know my mastermind students, I have a really good couple videos on this in the course, so I think you guys get it pretty good. Now, I don't trade it all the time because I don't really see it play out clean all the time. Like, there's a lot of manipulation in this stuff, right? So sometimes I'll see it play out and then we push back up. Like, with any setup or any entry model, you're going to get that sometimes, right? So that's the market maker sell model. So just today alone, we had our buy setup off a level, a little bit of manipulation, but we did get the buy setup. Like that second setup hit perfectly right here. A little bit of push down, but there's our buy setup. We have our trending buy setup, and we have a market maker sell model. So today was one of those days. I feel like if you're red, it's tough. It is, but I think there was, like, if you took the first trade and you're red, there was ways to get back today. Simple ways, like good setups after that, right? So that's the market maker sell model. So I wanted to touch on everything I seen today. There's the 3 main things, but I just want to go down here and there's the full target, right down here. This orange line is London low, so that's the full target. But now I just want to go over this down here. So this was absolutely beautiful. This is my favorite A+ setup, and this is basically our liquidity sweep model combined with a buy setup. 6659. So let me just hop on the 5 minute. Yeah, the 5 minute was super clean on that. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we'll just go on the 2 minute, but see how clean the 5 minute was on 6659. And sometimes jump on the 5 minute. We got to go through different time frames, right? So I consider this a level hold anyways. 659. Yeah, like 6 points below it. So a little bit of an overshoot, but we're going to get that. So what do we have here? This blue line is Asia low. Okay, let's just scroll over and see. So we have our external range liquidity. So again, what did we have? We had the buy side of the curve and then the sell side of the curve going down. And you guys should study that stuff. Just look at it and just draw it out sometimes. So now I want to see if we have a level hold and then our liquidity sweep model. So obviously our liquidity sweep model is just external range liquidity taken and an inversion gap. Now I like to take them on the 2 minutes. Sometimes I take them on the 1 minutes, but the 1 minutes I get manipulated out a lot. I do. So the 2 minutes I find are a little bit cleaner. That's just higher time frame structure. I know it's only 1 minute higher, but still it just gives me better confluence. There has been times where I didn't wait for the 2 minute and I took the 1 minute and I got stopped out. So I like to wait for the 2 minute. But we have a level here, right? We have this level. We get a big push down on both assets, but then what do we get? We get an instant candle up. There's no sell setup here. This is what I want you guys to see. Look at how we have this displacement down, but the next candle opens and just drives right up. Do you guys see that? There's no sell setup here. Nothing. Nothing that shows that we want to go lower. So that's just an overshoot of the level, right? That's just probably them stopping out more people. So then we get our displacement candle up right here. Nice displacement candle. Then we have this 2 minute gap right here. So if I was at the screens at this time, as soon as we cleared this gap and closed, I would have entered. I probably would have got in a little early just because look at we're displacing back above the level on ES and we have 2 minute buy setups here, right? We have clear 2 minute buy setups here. But once we cross both these fair value gaps, there's one on ES, one on NQ, that triggers the entry. That's our liquidity sweep model combined with a buy setup. And that is A+. Every single time you see that, trade it. I'm telling you right now, right here, boom. Where's our target? Our target's our level. 100-something point trade. Easy, easy. You could have caught that easy on the way up, right? So that's the move of the day right there. Now, it happened at a little after 1 o'clock. You would have been sitting here. But if you set alerts on your levels, then you can come back to it. Now, I usually just take my morning trades, one or two, and I'm done for the day. Because with my experience, the longer I'm at the screen, the more trades I take, the less profitable I am throughout the year. That's just all there is to it, right? So, but either way, solid structure today. We had our buy setup that we took. We had a trending buy setups. We actually had two buy setups. The one that I called out, and then the second one that I called out, the one that ran. Then we had the trending buys. We had a market maker sell model and a liquidity sweep model plus a level. So, all the models that we trade were playable today. That's what I want to get across. You have to trade your system every day, because if you get gun shy with it, or you get like you're afraid to take it, you're not confident in what you're doing. And maybe it's because you're getting stopped out too much. Maybe you're sized up. Maybe you need to go back to paper and get better at it for a little bit, right? Those are individual things that you got to work on. But today was beautiful structure. Like, I almost wish I had to set some alerts, because this would have been nice to catch. This really would have been nice to catch. But, sometimes we just got to take our morning base hits and be about our day. So, but drop a 1 if you guys see the structure and understand exactly what happened in the charts today. Awesome. Because today was one of those days. And I really suggest you guys go back and review today. Because today's one of those days, like, it was super clean. Like, even the trade we took, I know there was some manipulation and it pushed down, but that was a clean setup. Like, we have everything we want leading into that. We just want to see the level hold and our displacement to the upside. And we did get it, but then we had another push down, a little bit of bad timing and some manipulation. So do you guys understand that? Like, that happens sometimes. And I want you to recognize that too. Like, I'll be honest, I wish I had just stayed in the trade and just let it run. Because it would have been some drawdown, but I would have been able to hold it. And that would have been a nice trade. That would have been like, 60, 70 points easy to the upside. But, I traded it the way I did with my adding in on the levels, and it was still a decent profitable trade, but that's just an individual thing, right? So, but overall, great structure today. It was one of those days where, if you were red, you definitely could have got back, I think, on the green side. Now, I'm not saying that you should be doing that every day. I think if you take a red trade and you walk away, that's very good discipline. I'm just saying today, if you did take one trade, like usually if I take a red trade, I will take another trade. There was lots of opportunity today. So just make sure you study it to go and see it. But what are we doing now? Yeah, even look at this. But I just want to point this out. The way the market is right now with volatility, and we seen this a few months ago. When we had Trump's big 1,000-point sell-off, the market was going crazy. Like 100-point moves in like a couple candles. And look at this. This candle right here, this green candle, all the way up here is 117 points. Okay? So if you think you're going to short here or something, and you're just risking it for no reason, you're going to get smoked, and you're going to blow accounts pretty fast, right? Like, you have to... This is actually a nice level hold, to be honest. Look at this. Trade it up and hold it. You have to be smart with this market right now. That was nice right there. Beautiful. Nice short. Could have taken that. Nice little downside move, right? So what I'm getting at is just trade one or two models right now and stick to it. Because if you're trying to do a bunch of different stuff in a market like this, you're going to get cooked. I'm telling you right now. And I know that because I've tried it. There's a reason why I only take the same setups every single day. Because I know that if I get cooked, it's on a setup that I'm okay with taking a loss on. You know what I mean? Like that setup today. Yeah, I was a little early on the entry, but if I took the loss, I would have been, you know what? I still would have taken that again. If you're taking random trades or you're just tracing price because you think you can catch a 50 or 100-point trade, you're just zoomed in on the wrong thing. You got the wrong mindset. And I know some people are doing that. I've been there when I started trading, the first year. I was just chasing candles. If I seen a candle go, I would chase it. No rhyme or reason as to why I was taking that trade. And you really have to dial in on one or two repeatable setups and only stick to that. Some days it's going to be boring. Some days you're only going to get 5-10 points. Some days you're going to get bangers. Some days you're going to get stopped out. But over time, if you stick to that same repeatable setup every day, that's what's going to push you to be profitable. And I know I sound like a broken record. I know you guys hear this all the time from me, but that's what you need to hear. That's what trading is. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, trade this, trade that, trade this, trade that. Like, no, stick to one or two things. Lately, what's been my thing is really the liquidity sweep model. I love that model, especially if we have a level involved. That you see it today. Beautiful. Beautiful price delivery off that, right? Now I really like, because we're pushing all-time highs, right? Every week we're pushing highs. So I feel like the market is hunting buy-side liquidity more than it's hunting sell-side liquidity. I don't think, that's what I see. I'm observing it every single week, right? So when I see a clear target to the upside, buy-side liquidity, and I see a clear level, even if we reject that level a couple times, I'm like, you know what? I'm not probably going to short that level. I'm going to look for a break of it, because more than likely, that's going to be my entry trigger to get in to target the liquidity. So hopefully that makes sense, right? That's why I'm trying to look for those setups every day, because that's what the market's giving me. So when I see what the market's giving me, I'm going to just trade the model that's best fitted for what I'm observing, right? So that's all there is to it, really. And those have played out a lot lately. Like last week a couple times, the week before, today, same thing, clear target, the level bounce up, right? So anyways, I won't bore you anymore, but if there is any questions, reach out. I really think everybody should study today. And I know if you did take a loss on the first one, it's a tough loss to take, especially when we see the move happen after that. And I understand most people probably did get stopped out, even if they were sized down. But it's one of those things right now. Like, you're going to have bigger stops with the way the market's moving. And we've spoke about that plenty of times, right? Like, even Trav, I was talking to him and he's like, yeah, like my 40-point stops are probably going to be bigger right now, because you can get 100 points in 3 candles, you know? So it's gonna be tough. So just make sure you're aware of that. Size down. Just, don't chase anything. Trade your setups. I think you'll push through, because realistically, this is great price action. For me, I love it. I love the volatility. Like, we're getting great moves. It's just trying to get on the right side of it and the right time of it every time, and that's the tricky part, right? So you just have to be sized right, and if you take the stop out, know that there's going to be another one. Like even today, like that first stop out. After that, there was like 3 or 4 trades, right? So, I mean, if you made money on the first one, obviously you just walk away. That's your trade, right? So, anyways, gang, that's all I got. We'll get these levels charted and be back to crush it again live tomorrow. Peace.